Hi everybody, it's Kayla, and welcome back to Speed Build Monday. Get it? Because it's Monday and I'm posting a speed build. Again, don't get used to this. I wanted to make a tiny home today. I'm in this place where I'm I'm just posting videos that I want to make right now instead of like following my usual schedule with the Let's Plays and stuff. And I just didn't feel like playing Princess Challenge today, so I was like, I'm gonna build a tiny home. And here we are, and I'm much happier this way. So pro tip, if you want to make YouTube content, just make things you want to make. Don't worry about dumb things. And because the thing is, in that challenge, you guys, she had an alien baby. I don't want to play with an alien baby. I can't bring myself to do it. I can't. I need time to like cope with this. And so I'm on a hiatus maybe. I don't think so. I wanted to build a tiny home. So I did this tiny eco home today. Usually I only do builds on Sundays, but again, with this making content I want to make, I'm doing it today. And here we are. Tiny eco home. She's a fun one. She's a green modern house. Blue suburban who? I know. We love a green modern. That's so lame. I know. I'm sorry. But that's what I did today. Got back from class and I was like, I feel like making a tiny home. And that's what I did. But I think she turned out pretty cute, so I'm kind of proud of her. She's in the gallery if you want to download it, and I keep calling it a she and playing it and stuff. My origin idea is lilsimsie. And it costs like 40,000 simoleons. I think it's like 39,000 maybe. That's ridiculous for a house this small, but it's fine. I always do this. Oh my goodness, my computer, free up storage space. That can't be good. But yeah, so I always do this. I make these houses that are ridiculously expensive and you can't even play in them. Like there's no reason to play in this house. Not a single person would be like, oh yeah, I've got this single sim who happens to have a lot of money and is gonna choose to live in this tiny, tiny house. But you know what? It's there if you want it, so you're welcome. But yeah, I have some stories for you guys today. I feel like I haven't talked to you properly in ages, and now I'm kind of really into just sitting here and talking to myself, because if you hadn't noticed, I make a lot of build videos where I just kind of ramble for the whole voiceover, which is kind of my thing. It's kind of the thing, actually, on YouTube right now, Sims content, where you just kind of like talk about nothing in your builds, but I'm very used to doing that a lot, but I've been gone for so long and pre-recording and stuff that I haven't had a chance to do that. But now I'm back from my trip. I've been back for like a week and so I can actually like talk to you guys more than like a week and a half. No, not really at this, not a week and a half just yet, but almost. And so I can tell you about my trip and stuff, and I wanted to tell you how lame my friends and I are, because I think this is sort of what I feel like people would imagine that a bunch of simmers hanging out would do. And it's sort of like, ahaha, all these simmers hanging out watching Sims content on YouTube. But like, that's what we actually did. I went to Hattie's house, which is Hatsie on YouTube, you guys know her. And Steph and I were there, so Steffo, Sims, Hatsie, and I, name drops, right? We were all hanging out at Hatsie's house. And, oh, I feel weird saying her username, but I'm trying to clarify for the story, okay? But I feel like if you were to picture, like, what would a bunch of simmers do at a sleepover, okay? This is exactly what we did. We put on face masks and we watched old Sims machinimas. Like, what kind of, it's so lame, but it was so much fun. And that's like the epitome of like, we are simmers, look what we do. But I feel like if you were to picture what a bunch of simmers would do when they hang out, that's like, it seems almost too good to be true, right? Like, it's so lame. But we were just watching old Sims 3 machinimas and, like, staying up late watching, like, I'm not kidding, till, like, 2 a.m. watching these Sims machinimas. Because, let's be real, there are some really good Sims 3 machinimas. Also some really bad ones, but, like, it's such good content. There's such wild stories, and it was so much fun. And so, I'm really into Sims machinimas right now. I mean, I've always watched them. Like, I used to watch these back in the day, and, I haven't really watched, like, the older ones in a long time. I watch a lot of people, because my friends make Sims 4 ones and stuff. Like, I watch Hattie's and all that, but I haven't really watched, like, old Sims machinimas in so long. And there's some, like, really, really good ones. Like, very impressive quality ones that I was just blown away by. And there's obviously, like, really good Sims 4 ones and stuff, too, but I hadn't seen the Sims 3 ones in a long time, so it was fun to go back and watch them. But I don't know. I'm such a Sims nerd, like, it's so embarrassing to, like, think about it this way, but, like, I went all the way to the UK to see my friends, and we just spent so much time watching Sims machinimas. Like, what? Oh, God. I have no regrets. But yeah, if you haven't seen many of them, there's this one, it's a Sims 4 one, which you've probably seen, but it's about Bella Goth, and it's a Sims 4, Sims 2 kind of dealio. I'm gonna link it for you because you have to watch it. Like, it's like a movie. This person is so talented. So if you want to check that out, I mean, seriously, go give it a look. But if you're into The Sims at all, like, you're gonna love this. And, like, honestly, all of their stuff is so good. Like, this person is probably classically trained. I don't know much about them, but they're very talented, so you should go ahead and check them out. But yeah, I don't know. I just such a fan of these Sims machinimas, you guys. We're like hanging out, eating popcorn, watching Sims movies. Oh boy. We also watched some actual movies. I also watched a lot of like I watched Black Mirror with Hattie. I always watch Black Mirror when I go to Hattie's house. I never have time to watch TV on my own, but then I go to the UK and we watch Black Mirror together. Like I finally have seen most of season 4 now. I had only seen one episode up until I went to her house, but I watched season 3 with her last time back in December, and now we watched season 4 together. Like it was just so fun to just sit around and hang out with my friends, you know, because like we talk on Discord almost every day anyway, but like hanging out in person and just doing like normal people things, like going shopping and watching Black Mirror and like just hanging out and like doing face masks together was so fun because you don't get to do that with my friends like that, you know, because they live so far away, but it was so good to get to see them and just hang out like that. I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I miss them so much, you guys. I don't get to see them for so long now and I'm just so upset. It's fine. I don't think they're watching this, but Steph and Hasty, I like you guys a whole lot. Miss you. I know Hattie actually did a tiny eco home a couple weeks ago. I think I unintentionally stole her idea because I know I was talking to her, I think on Discord. Maybe she streamed that build actually and I watched it. I don't know. I know I was with her or watching her when she built her tiny eco home. And then today I think I had him, like, I don't know. I definitely stole her idea somehow. But I asked her if I could do one too and she was okay with it. Because I didn't want to like step on any toes and like do the same build and have her be like, hey, what the heck? I mean, she wouldn't, but like, not worth the risk, you know? But I'll also link Hattie's tiny eco home down below because hers is better than mine. So if you want to check that out, I'm like forcing her into a collab now. I'm like, I'm doing it too. Here's a link. But yeah, seriously, go follow her and stuff because she's a good pal and we like her a whole lot. So wow, look at these name drops of my friends. What is wrong with me? But yeah, good times all around. In that case, I've been building so much recently. I'm really into, like, I don't really want to play The Sims right now. It's hard to explain, but I don't really want to do Sims gameplay, like play with a family right now. I'm really into building, and so that's kind of why I didn't make a Let's Play episode today. I just wanted to build instead, and I had a lot more fun doing this. I don't know why, I'm really into building right now. I even did a build stream the other night. Like the only Sim streams I've done recently are like building Sim streams. I'm just having a lot more fun building. I don't know why. I'm in one of those phases, you know? But I'm not complaining, right? Build content is fun to make. And I get to talk to myself when I record the voiceover, so it's a win-win. I mean, I get to just talk about nothing for a while and you guys listen, and I get to build a tiny eco home, a green modern, if you will. Imagine I called the video The Sims 4 Green Modern. It's like Green Modern, all caps, / The Sims 4 speed builds. No, I can't do that. I mean, I could, oh well, I could do that. But the Blue Suburban meme, I feel like I've taken that Blue Suburban meme too far this week. Like, I did the fixer-upper, and then I did the one yesterday. I can't just keep making Blue Suburbans. I gotta, and that meme, you know, I'm good at taking memes too far, but I feel like you can't take it past too far, because then it's like, it's too much, you know? So I gotta calm down with the Blue Suburbans in that meme, but I might call this a green modern, I don't know, we'll see. It's so lame. Oh, what is wrong with me? But yeah, again, it is on the gallery if you want to download it and all that stuff. I feel like I've built a thing like this before. Like with this, it's like all white with some green touches, kind of modern-y. I have like one style of modern house and it's like this kind of small, tiny box house with lots of green and white everywhere. I'm just not good at building modern things. I don't know. I feel like you guys know this about me, but I don't know. I prefer to build like family-style houses because when I play The Sims, I usually play with families like that, and so I prefer to build houses for people like them. But I never build like these single sim kind of tiny modern homes. Because when do I play The Sim like this? Like, when have I ever had a sim that would live in a house like this, you know? I've played The Sims for years. Never would I use a house like this. But hey, here we are, you know? It's just us and our tiny green modern. Oh, it's even better. It's not even just a green modern. It's a tiny green modern. Oh boy. But you guys, I'm going to go ahead and cut off right here on that note. Make sure to leave a like and comment and subscribe and do all those fun YouTube things. And in case you guys didn't know, I post new videos every single day. And so I will see you all tomorrow. Bye, everybody. Do you think I made this long enough to get to the 10-minute mark on YouTube? Maybe I should. It's so close. I might actually, I'm going to talk for a second more just so I can make sure I push it. That's so lame. I got to get that mid-roll, okay? Hey, look at that 10-minute long video. Look at me go. I've never done that before. I never usually do that, I mean, because my videos are always longer than 10 minutes anyway, but this one is cutting it so close. I mean, let's be real. It's worth just talking for the second longer, right? I'm a sellout.